episode of Loud About Nothing. It's me, your boy, the hottest dude in the podcast game, Sebastian Conelli. And as always, per usual, we got the cute boy, he himself, Robbie boy. Robbie, say hello to beautiful people.
Beautiful people, what is going on?
What is going on? We have very exciting news here in Land Studios today.
What is that?
What is that?
Yeah.
The AC may be on, but things are heating up.
Oh, right.
We may look cool. We may look like two cool cats, but I'll tell you, things are about to get hot.
They are about to get hot.
Because
all right, talk about it. I have some questions.
Because the two boys have officially bought some smut that we're going to be
take a picture.
We're going to be reading. We're not going to be reading on the Patreon, but we're going to be.
We could read on the page. That's what I thought we were doing. Reading on the Patreon.
We'll read our favorite excerpts.
Okay.
I don't want to have to read I was gonna say Tennessee went to the closet.
Well, that's what I was
best outfits.
Are we gonna invite somebody else? We're gonna get a third person in the studio.
Well, you can't handle just being with me.
Are we? Can you handle it? This is horny shit. All right, let's do it.
I can handle it.
You can handle it.
I can handle it.
You can handle it.
I'm saying that we.
You've never read it before.
Yes, I've never read it before.
You've never read smut. It's basically like we're watching porn together.
But the cameras are here.
Yeah, the cameras are here. Yeah.
The
cameras
not
are here.
Porn together.
I would say it's more intimate than watching porn together.
But here's the thing. Can I tell you this?
Okay.
We're going to read it by ourselves and
come back. All right, that's all right.
We'll read it.
It won't be surprising.
No.
You could deal with.
Well, emotionally, we're not going to be caught in the moment.
All right, that's what I wasn't sure if we were gonna do.
No, we won't be caught in the moment. We'll
That's why I was like, maybe we get another person in here, a woman's perspective.
That could be. I mean, we could think about that.
Okay.
Let's try it us.
Okay.
And see if we need that.
Okay.
But I would say if we need that, then we have deeper issues.
Okay. No, I don't think we would need that. But
That's
it could be.
Don't say you don't think. That's what you say. We might need it.
Yeah, you're right. Because it's like we're doing like an OnlyFans, like an audio OnlyFans.
This is not OnlyFans.
Almost.
OnlyFans would be us creating our own.
Correct. You're right. But it's pretty horny, and I think that it is a horny thing. So I don't know.
We're gonna we got the book, and then let me say that I'll start out. We got this book called "A Court of Thorns and Roses." So it's not gonna be OnlyFans. I couldn't even read the freaking title.
That's what I was like. Sebastian won't allow it to be, but if I read it, I like to read out loud, as you know.
Well, you could read your favorite excerpts.
I'll read my favorite excerpts.
You can read your favorite excerpts.
And can I choose horny ones? I'm posting you.
Okay, let's post after the pot.
All right, bye.
Who are you saying goodbye to? The phone?
To the post.
Let's focus on the podcast.
Goodbye phone.
Goodbye. A boy of the Blues Clues eras.
I am a boy of the Blues Clues era.
A Court of Thorns and Roses, right? So we're going to read it. And I will say this.
Okay.
Thicker than I thought it was going to be.
Nice. It is thick.
It's thick. We got the paperback.
We
got the paperback, and we want to see if we could how much we could ruin the book. But I said we can't invest in a hard copy.
No, I like paperbacks over hard copies anyways.
Me too. Well, here's the thing. Let's get down to logistics.
Okay. What we're reading? How many chapters?
That's the
before
question.
Next week.
Now, here's the thing. Rob and I are
Last summer I read
bad.
A Tale of Dorian Gray. What is it?
It took you for.
It took me the whole summer.
It took you the whole summer to read the book.
Yeah, the Dorian Gray book, and this is just more
fluff.
Yes.
So I was wondering, how many pages do you think it's fair to not read for this week's Patreon, but next week's Patreon?
So that we could come and talk about it?
Yes.
What is that? That's 12 chapters?
This
what do you want to do? 10 chapters? You want to do 100 pages? 11 chapters?
Can you do 100 pages?
We could do 10 chapters.
You can't do 100 pages. You could do 10 chapters? You want to do 10 chapters?
Yeah, let's do 10 chapters. How many is that?
I mean, that's 90 pages.
All right, that's fine. Let's do that.
89 pages. So not this week on the Patreon. Next week on the Patreon, Robbie and I will be going over the first 10 chapters
of A Court
of A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I don't think...
Do you think we'll like it? I think maybe.
I mean, here's the thing. I have no idea.
Okay.
I truly have no idea. If we do like it, maybe it'll become a fun thing that we end up doing.
Yeah. Maybe I hope we like it.
Our new hobby is reading horn stuff together.
Yeah.
But the books are in, and I had to go down to my super to get it.
Okay.
And
do you think the super knows what it is?
Was very scared that it was going to be just like open package.
It wasn't.
Nah.
That's nice.
Nah, that we don't need that. So we don't.
You don't need that combo.
No, we don't. Instead, him and
You got two, so I think he would think
he
it's
would
a gift or something's going up.
to buy 2 smut books.
Yeah,
says
of the same.
you really read hard. I enjoy the smut books. That's a pro smut reader because they
Yes.
go, I know that I'm gonna ruin the first one. I'm gonna need a second one before I hit all 45 chapters.
Yeah.
So no, him and I got quickly into a donut conversation.
Nice.
So we were safe.
Okay.
Quickly into donut.
You
talk.
initiated donut conversation before you got to
He
the.
did.
Okay, nice.
He did.
Okay.
He's
I wasn't
so-
sure if you were trying to get ahead of it in case he did bring up the books.
No, thank goodness he
Okay.
did. So here it is. The end of summer.
The end of summer. Well, not really.
Well, it means not
We have
school.
a month
the
of
back
summer.
to school.
Correct.
Yes. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Well,
the
this
solar.
is. I was kind of thinking about this a little bit. We're moving into local summer, is what they call it down the Jersey Shore.
Okay. What does that mean?
Local summer is like between Labor Day and September 21st or
What-
September 22nd, I guess.
Where you still get some hot days.
Where it's still summer, but school's back and everything is back, so the locals get to kind of enjoy it. There's not as many vacations going on, and local summer is also Virgo season, which is we're both Virgos.
Well, local summer it must be really nice for people that like live in such a crowded because these beach towns you can't drive.
No, it's crazy.
It's like you can't move. You can't operate. It's
Yeah.
To be in traffic walking is a very frustrating thing.
That's one of my least favorite things,
And it happens.
and it really bothers me.
And people think it happens in New York.
Yes.
It happens in these small beach towns also.
Also, yes.
Right? To be in a line to not receive a product at the end is very frustrating.
Very frustrating. That's a good point.
And I think that a lot of these beach towns, we don't give credit for these people that have to deal with it all year round.
Yeah.
They have to deal all summer long. Excuse me. That's why they need the beach.
Yes.
They say that the sound of the waves in the ocean actually lowers your frequency and calms you down.
I could see that.
Like
obviously.
it actually like makes you more calm,
Yeah.
which is very confusing. That Staten Island is an island then. So I could only imagine if it was called Staten Land. Staten Land would be the most violent place I've ever been.
It would be.
It would be the most aggressive, wild place. Imagine we didn't have the sounds of waves on
Yeah,
Staten Island that
yeah.
are supposed to calm our frequency.
I can't imagine.
I truly,
How often though are you going to the beach?
babies would be fighting.
Yes.
Babies would be fighting.
And they are.
Never. But you could hear over the beeps.
The vibes.
It's hard to hear the sound of the ocean over the violent screams from Teresa because they asked if she wanted oat milk. Because they go, do you want regular milk or oat milk? Oat milk? Who the fuck do you think I am?
It's crazy. Staten Island's a crazy hostile place.
Staten Island's one of the only places that people will get offended if you offer them oat milk.
Yeah, for sure.
They will be furious if you say, "Oh, was that soy milk in that latte?" Don't you ever fucking speak to me like that again.
Yes, they will get offended.
Don't you dare think I wouldn't drink from the teat of a cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like milk.
You don't like milk.
I don't like milk, and I eat my cereal.
Oh, I had the craziest Italian ice the other day.
From where?
Louis G's. It's around the corner for me. I never had it. And you've had it before?
I've had Louis G's.
You have.
Yeah. What
It was
flavor?
Peanut butter cookie dough.
Well, that's
And it tasted like ice cream without the milk. I was like a little stoned, and I was like, "Is this ice cream? Am I like hallucinating?" Like I thought it was
think
ice cream, but it was Italian ice. I went back the next night. I had to get it 2 nights
And
in
did
a
you
row.
ask them?
Yeah, and it was Italian ice. It just is like watery. It's like if ice cream was almost made with water, but still really good.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But I was like, this is perfect because like you eat a lot of ice cream, you just feel milky. You're like, I ate so much
Gross.
fucking milk.
Gross.
And you can't really like go to town. Whereas with this, you could go to town and it still tasted good. It had the cookie doughs inside of it. It was like
Finally.
it was crazy good.
Finally,
I
we
was
could
just
go
like,
to town on ice cream.
yeah,
Finally,
I
the
was
gods
like-
have shined upon us and given us watered down ice cream.
yeah. It was so good. Have you ever had something you're like, I need to go back 3 days in a row?
Pills.
Yeah. Nothing recently.
Nothing. I told you I tried Bleecker Street Pizza,
Okay.
and I really like that.
It is really good.
And I went back and I got another slice the other day.
Nice.
I just got a plain slice.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, they have good slices.
Yeah, it was just a plain slice.
Yeah.
Easy
That was one
peasy.
of my friends. That's his favorite spot.
I get
Who's
why
big
it's
into the
people's
pizza game.
favorite spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a very good slice of
And
pizza.
it's not on the list.
But we don't need
As we know, we don't like the list. Oh, is it on the list now?
Yeah, it's been on. I mean, when I walk in, it has all the New York
Okay, the
Times
accolades.
on the box. It says
Okay.
best pizza from this year. You know, so it's made lists for years. You know,
Yeah.
it just moves forward.
Yeah.
Interesting. So as we say, it's back to school. People are starting to get that energy back to school, and I always know that because it's when my birthday happens, it's like, oh, the summer's kind of over.
Yes.
The summer after my birthday, it's like, oh, we got to get back to school.
That's back to school mode.
And this is my birthday is on Saturday. 35 years old.
Nice.
35. Instant thoughts about 35. Go.
Instant thoughts about 35?
35. Go.
I don't
Go.
I don't have instant thoughts about 35. I mean,
I'll tell
hopefully
you-
I have my life a little more together. I don't know. I feel by 35, I don't think that far ahead for me. For you, 35, I don't know. Middle of the 30s.
There we go. Robbie's first instinct was, hope I'm not where you are.
No, I think you're in a great place. I think this has been a cool year for you.
Robbie goes. He corrected good to cool. Because let's say objectively,
good is what you make of it. Good is how you view it, not the reality.
Well,
A lot of people would view
tough
it as
year.
good. Objectively, tough year.
Objectively, a lot of tough things have happened outside of the podcast
Correct.
studios.
Very tough.
I would say one of the tougher years I've lived.
Yes, I would agree.
Just from like health and family and
Yes.
stuff like
Those
things
two
that
things. Those two
and my
things.
living situation.
Yes, those three things.
Like, yeah,
Big things.
my general life has been hard.
Yes, those three things tough.
Very.
Yes, very tough.
Thought my mom was gonna die.
For sure. Very.
That
That's
was probably
very
the
tough.
hardest month of my life for a long time.
I could imagine.
So-
Literally, yeah, a miracle happened.
Yes, a miracle.
Which is
happened.
beautiful in hindsight, but you had to go through.
I had to live
You had to hope for a miracle.
praying for miracles.
Yeah, which is crazy and not a good place you want to be.
No. So objectively, 34,
Yeah,
pretty hard year.
definitely. Hard year.
I would say pretty hard.
Hard year.
I didn't. You know what? I'll tell you this.
Multiple things.
I didn't think COVID. I didn't go. I didn't like 2021. I didn't go. Well, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah. Now it got worse.
But it's okay. It's okay, right?
Yes, I would say career cool things though. That's why I said
things.
cool.
Yes, of course.
Because
I know
career is not
Well, I know that's why
life.
we adjusted. No, a career is not, and that's very good to remember.
100%.
Career is not life.
No, not at all.
Career is not life.
Yes.
And we sound like cave people, but we are poets.
Yeah,
The only difference between a poet and a cave person is an English accent.
a little bit. Yeah, very
Right?
much
Say
so.
say something that a cave person might say.
Need food now.
The need for food now.
It is because cave people had to be concise.
Need food now?
Yeah,
Need food now.
like
Right?
the more words we create, like cave people, you had to be poetic in a way because poetic is simplicity a lot of times.
Cave people just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
Cave people go, prepositions? I got a
Yeah.
woolly mammoth chasing me.
Exactly, 100%.
Can I do an adverb? I got a saber-toothed tiger on my ass.
100%.
Who has time for adverbs and prepositions when you know that you could be bopped in the head? You got
Verb, noun. Noun, verb.
noun.
Verb, noun, noun, verb.
You literally,
it.
your life, you could die at any second, or someone your best friend that you can't communicate with could just murder you to eat you. No prepositions.
Yeah.
No prepositions.
100%.
Speaking of work, so it is my birthday, right? It's coming up.
Yes.
And that's nice.
So you looked forward to your birthday, which in then turn you were someone who looked forward to school coming back?
Yeah, I would look forward to school coming
Same.
back. I always felt bad about that I never got to have a birthday party in school.
Okay.
And I have the theory that kids that had summer birthdays weren't able to have birthday parties in school, so they had to find ways to be get attention in school otherwise.
Okay.
Because people that had birthdays September to June,
Yes.
they received a day that was special for them in school.
Yes.
So if you had a summer birthday, you had to figure out a way to be special in school.
Would you say you couldn't have a party then too?
Well,
Because it's harder to have a party during the summer.
Here's the thing. You're in second grade.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep connections.
Over the summer.
Over
Yeah, we
the
didn't
summer.
have the internet like that.
We didn't have the internet.
Your mom would have to be like good at calling the other moms.
It was literally
Which is,
how
in
good
hindsight,
is your
maybe
mom?
a little annoying, but I feel like my mom was very into that. But that was
My mom wasn't.
yeah, because your mom worked.
And she had kids.
Yeah,
She had multiple kids.
yeah,
She's like, you play with each other.
yeah.
So
yeah.
it was like, well, what are we going to do? And also the school I went to wasn't in my neighborhood.
Well, that's the other thing I was just gonna say. We would have parties with all the people from the neighborhood. Like I would see the neighborhood kids a lot in the summer
Yeah.
because we could walk around. We would see. I've had so many kids that were my age that lived in my neighborhood.
But second grade was third grade. It's like these kids don't even remember me from
Yeah.
June.
Also, your birthday
It's
is
the end of
like
summer.
probably one of the best vacation weeks.
Yeah.
People take the last week of the summer, they go on vacation
So that's what we would do often.
You would do that.
We would go on a vacation.
for your birthday.
Well, vacation, a.k.a. we go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, that's a vacation.
Monticello. We would stay at my aunt's house. My
Yeah.
aunt lived there, and so
Oh,
we would
that's
go
nice.
there.
Yeah.
And we would go to, she worked in museum, so we go to a museum, and then we do one day at the amusement park.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that was how we grew up vacation.
Yeah.
Monticello, Mount Vernon, every president's house I went to.
Yeah,
Every Dolly Park,
Which I liked
Dolly
that shit.
Madison. No, for your birthday, it's a bad day.
you're right.
For your birthday,
right.
to go.
You're
see-
right.
to
You
go
do
to-
Busch Gardens on the birthday.
Yeah, you gotta go do something else.
You
like
hit the
that.
Busch Gardens. What is it? Something USA, the water park down there by Busch Gardens. I don't know.
Water Country USA.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I went there. And so turning 35, which is this is my life.
Yeah.
Like when you hit 35, I'm like realizing this is who I am.
Yes.
And there are things,
I don't know if that's always true. People change throughout, but
of course, but this is the life I'm living.
okay.
I'm
I
not-
think you're in a constant quest to find who you are.
Can I tell you this?
What?
Exhausting.
I can imagine.
It's freaking exhausting.
It is exhausting. I think
un-
it's good though.
I understand people that are just done
Yeah.
and settle
Yes.
because it's so much easier.
I agree.
When you say, why hasn't this person grown?
Yes.
Because it's easy.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is not to grow? You know how
Yeah.
easy it is to go, you know what? 29, I am done.
Yeah.
You know, I am
Most
done.
people 21, 18.
I'm done finding new music. I'm
Yup.
done making new friends. I'm done
100%.
watching new movies. I'm done learning new celebrities.
Yup.
I'm done progressing in politics. I am done trying new foods.
Yes.
It is so easy
Yeah.
to just live to live from 25 to 75 just on the greatest hits of the first quarter of your life is truly
That's what a lot
an
of people
easy
do.
life. They just do the greatest hits.
And we've talked about this recently. They made it so easy for our generation to do this because the greatest hits keep putting out new editions.
Babe, we're doing
Pokemon's releasing all our favorite movies, new edition. You don't really have to.
so easy.
It's really, they've made it very easy for our generation.
I heard
to
Will
just,
Smith is coming out with another rap
I
song.
saw-
What are we doing here? It's so easy
Wow.
not to grow.
Yes.
It is truly
100%.
You went on a one Carnival cruise. Every 5 years you do another one.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah.
You know how fun and simple life is when you don't grow?
Yeah.
Oh, the peace of not progressing.
I know. I
So when you see someone that doesn't progress,
yeah.
no, life is easy.
I think you need a combo.
You do need
You
a
need
combo.
a combo. You need to be rooted in something. Because to analyze every aspect of your life all the time is hard. Like, I think it's good. I see my growth from a year ago, or like I reflect on that and like certain aspects, but I still have to like the same shit. Like the music stuff, the entertainment stuff. Like, I gotta keep that LeBron. Like, I have my things that I'm like, I still like since I'm fucking
Well, that's
10 years old.
That's the things that you enjoy, but then you
Yes.
find other stuff that has to do with that you
Yes.
continue to enjoy.
Yes.
You're not don't get in the car every time you get in the car and you go, hand me the Nelly album. Hot in here. We got to listen to Hot in here, babe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Now I am looking for new music. You're right.
You're not
Yeah.
you're not stuck. You're not watching. People watch sports games from the year their team won championships.
I've done that.
But on repeats.
Yes. I watched maybe the last 5 minutes of the 2016 LeBron game.
Well, that's different
once a year, twice a year.
Watching, like, when the Eagles won the championship every year.
Yes. Yeah, people do that.
Because
Yankees Classics is a huge...
Yankees Classics. That's a
people
great
love
example.
Yankees Classics.
And if you don't know what Yankees Classics is, they play old baseball games.
Yes.
Now tell me
and you'll be at a family party and people will have a Yankees Classic on and people will love it.
And people sit down and watch.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what's worse than baseball? Baseball when you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Imagine you watch baseball and someone goes, he's about to hit a double. Well, kill me.
Some people really love this. There's a genre of people that love Yankees Classic.
Because they don't grow. It's
it's the same people that don't grow in any other aspect.
So it's exhausting.
It is.
You know how nice life would be just to be like, this is who I am.
Yep.
Get me a lazy boy and I'm going to tell you stories.
To be excited like throughout the week, to be like, I'm just going to rip a Yankees Classic, Game 7, 0-3 ALCS. I got that on the agenda for Saturday. You know exactly what's going to happen. That's nice. There is something nice about that.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Those people that don't change, they'll watch the Yankees now and complain about how they weren't.
Yes, 100%. They want that.
They
exactly.
just go, they go, oh, it wasn't
Yes.
like the Jeter years.
Yes,
right?
100%.
Give me Mickey Mantle back, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, so.
I imagine you were happy when you were watching The Godfather every week, once a week.
I was very comfortable.
You were comfortable.
But here's the thing. It was different because I was also molding. I was in the molding stage.
Yes.
I was learning about.
A lot of other things, too, you were probably rapidly changing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything was changing.
Yes.
I needed some consistency.
100%.
So I think it would be nice to have some consistency.
Yes.
I
think it's good to identify things that are important to you. Like, these are my priorities. This is where I like in my life. This is what I want to be. This is how. It's hard because that always does change, but there's got to be a base level of like, this is my philosophy about
I try to
life a little bit.
I don't talk about my code often on here anymore, but I try to have a code.
Okay.
Try to have a code.
To me, for 35 for you feels young. Because for you, 33, you talked about how 33 was so old. And you viewed 33 as like this old number that it was like had a negative connotation around it a little bit.
That's a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you don't know, that's when my idol died.
Yeah.
Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Fat men in comedy die at 33.
Oh, was there someone else?
John Belushi.
John Belushi died 33?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's this thing.
Those two.
So when I started comedy at 21, I go, I literally thought I have 12 years.
Yes. Okay.
So that was like a psychological thing I worked through therapy. But go ahead.
Yes. To me, well, it was, we would talk about it on the podcast and we would work, like, we started doing this, you were 31. And it seems like 33 was this, like, ominous old numbers that now 35 almost feels like 2 years into this new revelation, which is nice. It's been nice to see you have a new, I guess, mentality around this stuff.
You think I have?
A little bit, yeah.
I have said I want to live longer.
Yeah, which is nice. I mean, I did for 2 years of podcast. You were like, I might die in 2 years. I was like, I don't think that's going to happen, but I didn't want to not validate you. You know what I mean? But to
validate me.
33.
Some things you don't need to validate.
I think so. I'm learning that. I'm learning
points,
that I can push back a little bit more.
On if me being meeting you and being like, well, we got 2 years before I die.
Well,
no diagnosis, no nothing.
Nothing.
Just going, well, Rob, we got 2 years. Make sure you get your cards in order.
You disappear for a week around your birthday. You're like, yep, I need to process that.
Oh, please don't even. People die more often around their birthday than not.
I know, well, yeah. But
that's because they're drinking and doing drugs and partying.
Yes. To me.
And I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. I'm not doing drugs. I was just joking to you that I can't even finish a tin of gummies.
No. Yeah. You treat yourself well, I would say.
Sleep nice.
Yeah, that's good. But to me, 35 feels young in that way because there was such a negative, ominous feeling around 33 that you seem to have broken past.
I did break past.
Which is nice.
I did break it.
Which is nice. Well, I'm saying that feels good and it feels youthful, 33. Whereas like when you were 32, it felt like almost older than this does, if that makes sense.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited for. It feels like you're starting your 30s. It almost feels like we're the same age.
That's not to me.
I'm 1 year into this. You're 1 year into this.
You're right. We're both finally hit our 30s.
I think you hit 30 and you were like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was ready.
Yeah.
Because I truly thought that for years.
I know.
I
don't think you were joking.
I didn't even bring the truth to the pod.
Yeah.
And I bring the truth to the pod.
For the most part.
You know why?
You got some boob sweat?
I'm showing up with titty sweat.
Let's go,
You
baby.
tell me I don't bring the truth to the pod? Tune into the YouTube. I saw the titty sweat before I logged on, and I said, the people deserve me raw.
Okay, I like that.
The people deserve the titty sweat and all.
They get you raw.
They better. So these are things I thought I would have known or can do by the time I'm 35.
Okay.
Just a list of things I had thought.
Okay.
Dribble a basketball casually between my legs.
You can't.
I can't.
You're good at basketball.
I know, but I can't casual.
You can't just.
I can't just stand there going do. Like I could like really force it.
You can hit one.
I can hit one, and it really
Okay.
looks like I have to do a big wide spread.
Okay. We do have the same length legs.
Fun facts. Know all the state capitals. Drive a stick shift. Know the Cotton Eye Joe dance.
You don't know the Cotton Eye Joe?
I don't. And that's what you know how embarrassed I would
That's
get.
a decision you made in middle school.
Well,
You're like, I'm not going to learn this.
You know how embarrassed I would get? Something about the footing of it really the country music and the footing really threw me.
Okay.
Because I was a Macarena pro. Electric slide, I was so good I would hit the spin as we walked.
Oh, you could hit the electric slide well.
I could hit the spin.
Electric slide, much cooler than Cotton Eye Joe.
Couldn't do
If
the
you're going to learn one, you don't learn Cotton Eye Joe.
You know the awkwardness going from the Macarena and then you hit the electric slide, and then as you do the 1, 2, 3 clap, and then you go back to do the 3 clap, 1, 2 spin clap.
Yeah.
I looked like the coolest cat in all the dance floor.
Okay.
And then Cotton Eye Joe comes on, and I have to awkwardly go, I need a water.
Yeah.
That's something I felt bad about. Calm myself down.
Okay.
Something I thought
You
I would
can't
been able to do. Yeah. No, can you calm yourself down?
Depends on the situation.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. Not in
Calm
all
ya-
situations.
I thought 35. I go. I there needs to be a way I know how to calm myself down.
If I'm having like real bad anxiety, like I'm thinking with a needle situation, I can't. It's very hard for me.
Sweating.
Yeah.
You saw me on the Ferris wheel.
Yes. Yeah.
Can't
It's hard.
It's hard. Flip an omelet in a pan.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
Just go like this. You know how cool you look to do a one flip? I said by 35, I'm going to be able to do that.
Are you practicing any of these or no?
I am practicing the omelets.
Okay.
Yeah. Know the difference between whiskey, rye, and bourbon.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
No, I see these men and they talk about their favorite drinks. I don't even know the difference between those three things.
Me neither.
No,
Or scotch. I know they're different.
I know
Scotch is lighter. I don't know what.
Scotch is made in Scotland.
Okay. That makes sense. Are they all just location based? That would have been my guess.
Where's rye? New York?
I don't know. Kentucky bourbon, I know. I don't know what's whiskey. I have no idea actually.
No idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Tell my mother no. I can't. Dive into
People think it's really serious.
what that
Your
that-
relationship with your mother and how codependent you are. I have to tell people sometimes. I'm like, it's a joke. He's joking around.
Me and
He's
my parents
fine.
have a great
That's what I
relationship.
have to tell people sometimes.
It's one of the best
They're
relationships
like, oh, I
in my
think it
life.
would be a red flag how close Sebastian is. Because I guess you've done clips about it. And I'm like, he's putting on a
So
show.
People
He could have a relationship. He could have a relationship outside of his mother.
No, but I still haven't learned to tell her no.
Okay.
No. No,
Because you don't have to.
I'd set good boundaries with my
You
mom.
don't have to necessarily.
Can everyone realize this is a comedy podcast?
Yes, please hope so.
Please. Most of the stuff I say is out the poop chute.
Yeah.
Right?
Hyperbolic.
Hyperbolic. Thank you. Dive into a pool. Don't know how to do a dive.
You could dive. You can't
Don't
dive?
know how to dive.
Do you want to learn?
I get, but then I hear about all these paraplegics.
I'm trying to think.
I hear about these people, and I'm gonna hit the. I'm gonna go. I know if I dive, I'm gonna become a torpedo. I'm like these women that are scared to lift weights because I'm like, I'll get so bulky so quick. I know if I dive, I'll shoot down so fast.
Yeah. I mean, there's pools you could learn how to dive if you wanted to learn.
Do an impression of anyone.
You can't do an impression?
I don't have a single impression in my pocket.
I think. Yeah,
Foghorn-
you don't want. Because I would say this is the issue with maybe you and impressions.
Okay.
Is you would most likely be doing an impression of someone who is, one, less funny than you are, and two, more mild-mannered. because
too much.
you're a big personality, and if you're doing the impression, the purpose of the impression is comedy. You're just gonna do a bigger version of them, or you're gonna make it funnier.
Well,
why am I gonna do something small and specific when I could do this like big impression that's more fun for me?
There are people. Yeah,
I'm gonna tone myself down.
I have to tone myself. When you're a big personality,
yeah,
I guess it's hard to be. I don't
like you on stage.
I don't have
it's
control.
like your version of that impression is probably ends up being more fun and more big and more like exciting as a stage performer than like if you were to just be that exactly. That's one of my issues I have with SNL now. It's just like they just do impressions that I'm like the original person is probably funnier, or like we're just doing it to do it kind of like them. Like I don't think that they're making big choices with their impressions.
Some are, some aren't.
Yeah.
I think that I've seen like the very famous people like Trump and stuff. They're not making big choices, but like Fran Lebowitz, when Bowen did her, I was like, oh, that's fun.
Yes.
Like, so there are, I think it's lesser known people.
Yes.
Also, it's fun to do impressions of big characters.
Yes.
It's not fun to do an impression of your neighbor that's a little nosy.
Yeah.
Also,
you're not gonna do it. You're gonna do a funnier version of it. So I get why your impressions are.
Do an impression of anyone. I thought I would have one. Know how to do a magic eye poster instantly.
A magic eye poster?
When you look at it and then the object appears.
I don't know how to do that either.
I grew up around these photos.
Okay.
And I would think that I could look at one and figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Tie my shoe with the bunny going through the hole.
What, a single? You do two?
I do two.
2 ears?
Like a child.
That might be one of my... I always learned one.
My biggest... Everyone always learned one. I only learned two.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know what evil person in my life was like, I'm going to hold them back and teach them how to do two.
Two's easy. Two's harder, I think.
I'm 35 years old. I don't know how to make the bunny go through the hole. These are things I thought I would know. Go to bed.
Yeah, I don't know how to go to bed.
I don't know how to go to bed.
I need weed, yeah.
I don't know how to go to bed. Crack an egg with one hand.
Okay. I can even crack an egg with 2 hands.
Robbie.
I can't. I'm bad at cracking an egg.
I crack 2 eggs
every single time I crack an egg is I have a new method.
You got to stay consistent and try.
Yeah.
Tie a bow tie and have a reason to wear one often.
You thought you'd be a bow tie guy.
I thought I'd be rocking bow ties around town.
Interesting.
I thought I would have... When we're a child, we're told that we're going to have events that we need to dress up for.
Yes. And we did have to dress up a lot.
I wear my suits for funerals and weddings.
Yeah. Communions, I guess we would go to.
Back
certain
in the
family parties,
they
sweet
would
16s.
have anniversary parties. Yeah. I think
we would have anniversary parties, retirement parties.
There was just more parties.
There was a lot, because I think you could do it reasonably. And it would be like at a rec center. Like my family would have a lot of parties in Brooklyn in like a basement, and we would all dress up really nice.
We treated like the Met Gala. We'd be at the YMCA.
Yes.
And folding tables, but everyone would look to the nines.
Yes.
I would be wearing a double-breasted suit with a watch.
Yes, 100%. In a basement where they just like have catered Italian food. But it's like either like a firehouse has a catering area, or like,
and they would do
certain little community centers in Brooklyn or wherever.
And we would have events.
Yeah, for sure.
There would be and that's where I got the acquired taste for penne alla vodka.
Yeah, of course.
Penne alla vodka was a staple.
Yeah.
And I thought, when I grow up, I'm gonna be eating so much penne in my bow tie.
It is sad that we can't do this anymore. You can't just throw a casual party. Like a graduation. You would maybe have like, oh, the kids graduated middle school. We'll throw a fucking party.
I know.
We don't really do that.
Who retired? Who did this?
Exactly.
You know?
A retirement,
Who's
a graduation, an anniversary.
A moving party, a farewell party.
We would have a lot of family parties.
So I thought I'd be wearing bow ties often. Roll my R's.
You can't?
I can't.
You can't.
Puerto Rico. I can't do it. It's something I thought that at a certain... I just thought... Also, here's the problem with this list. I just thought all these things would just appear.
Okay.
I didn't work on any of
that's what I was thinking.
I never tried to tie a bow tie.
Okay.
But I just thought, I'm 35. I should know how to tie a bow tie.
It would happen.
Fold the fitted sheets.
Yeah.
Know how to move my laundry from the bag into the closets. It stays for weeks, man.
That's bad.
That's bad. 35.
Yeah.
Have one consistent signature.
I don't have one either. Not even close.
I'm 35.
It's bad too. Because people have been like, what? You don't have like a real signature? Like to validate things? Like somebody could just plagiarize my signature pretty easily.
When you think about how
maybe I shouldn't say this, but
how you would have to, like, your parents would have to sign your test and go to school. My parents had the same signature
every single time.
Every single time.
My mom had a nice signature.
My dad did too.
Yeah.
That's what the internet took away from us.
Yeah.
Practicing your signature.
And I used to do it all the time. Practice my signature. I'm bored in class, practice my signature. Not that I thought I was going to use it. I just liked signing my name.
You
I
did.
don't know.
You thought that you'd be writing checks.
Yeah, I guess that.
You thought everyone grew up thinking that.
Yeah,
the
you're
amount
right.
of checks I thought I would write was absurd.
Yeah.
Because my parents would sit once a month and write about 30 checks.
That was how you had to pay things.
Checks. I would go to the grocery store. My mom would bring a checkbook.
Sometimes, yeah. I remember that too. That's crazy to think about now.
And they're always signing their name.
My mom, we could always checkbook. Oh, back to school shopping, checkbook.
The amounts of checks that they had to write. I thought my life was going to be filled with checkbooks.
Yeah, not at all.
I have had the same checkbook since college.
I guess they replaced it with debit cards. That's what a checkbook. That's the service a checkbook provides.
There you go.
Debit cards became popular.
Have a clap on, clap off light.
Yeah.
Thought I was gonna have one.
Get one of those. That's always when you like picture your own apartment.
You always
It
picture
has a clap on, clap off light, of course.
as a kid that grew up in the 90s,
100%.
2000s. I thought that clap on, clap off lights were the peak pinnacle.
100%.
And the last thing I thought, know the month and be able to instantly tell you what number it is.
You can't do that.
I can't do
Come
that.
on.
Give me one.
June.
6.
You know all of them.
No, I don't.
June's the hardest one.
No, it's not because it's
October,
10,
August,
8,
March.
3.
You know them. You know them.
No, but it takes me a second.
Okay.
It takes me a second. I always am impressed when I'm on the phone with someone and I could go August 24th and they instantly know 08.
Okay. You gotta go through and say them. Like you would have to do for the alphabet.
Yeah.
Because obviously you wouldn't know
I don't know how many letters
positions
are in the
the
alphabet.
You don't know that either.
I don't know how to say the alphabet backwards. That's something I thought I would have to know.
Oh. Yeah, I learned it when I first started drinking. I was like, I should learn the alphabet backwards just in case. And I studied it. But I don't know if I can still do it. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJ.
This wouldn't prove to me that you're sober at all if you just started rattling it off like that.
See, I lost it. IHGEDCABA? I don't know. FEDCBA?
Imagine a drunk person gets pulled over, they're drinking and driving and they're dyslexic and they go say the alphabet backwards and they go, I've been waiting for this moment my whole fucking life.
That was what I thought. I thought I would be able. I had it down like as fast as the going forward, but I haven't practiced it since that summer.
These are things that I just assumed I would know.
You would get the information.
28 letters in the alphabet?
26.
There we go.
Last time he guessed 24.
There we go. I
It's
overshot.
only
I undershot. I'm not trolling.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Those things don't make me sad.
Okay.
Because I've learned to be comfortable with being wrong.
That's good.
I think that one of the best qualities, these are all things that I could do. I don't do.
Yes.
And I'm okay with it.
Yes.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yes.
I think one of the best qualities in a person, one of the best things I could find in a person is someone that's comfortable being wrong. I don't need someone that's perfect. I need someone that's okay with that they make mistakes.
Yes. Honest with themselves and others, I think is great.
Truly to be comfortable with mistakes and your own flaws, as long as you're not purposely hurting someone,
Yes.
is the best quality I think a person can have.
100%.
And I think that I was thinking about the great things about me now that I'm turning 35. I am comfortable looking dumb and not knowing things and making mistakes and being like, I messed that up.
That's good.
That's one of the best things I've ever
Yeah.
I quickly learned in my life I'm not going to be a perfect man.
Okay. Nobody is.
Some people think they're going to be.
Yes.
I quickly learned that I'm going to be, I don't know, a slinky that can't fall down the steps. That rolls down the steps rather than slinks.
Perfection is a prison. That's what I'll say. To be always having to chase that You are never comfortable. You're always trying to get ahead of the perception of you. You can't actually be all of those things that you think in your head or whatever. So you always need to get ahead of the perception of you. You always are trying to like change people's perception of you and get ahead of all these things to make yourself seem right or frame other people's opinions so that you're right. And it's like, it's not possible. And you will just be anxious all the time. You'll be paranoid all the time. It is not a good life. You got to be, I'm wrong sometimes. And then you'll be more free.
It's so to be like I messed up
all the time. I mess up.
Oh,
yeah.
That should be the hottest word in the English phrase in the English language. Yeah, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Woo, dog it.
100%.
That is someone that's okay with growing.
Yes.
That uncomfortableness that we're talking about.
100%.
I mean, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. Either my choice in life was to be wrong and angry at everyone else, or to be wrong and be like, well, I'm an idiot. It's okay.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful choice I made to be able to laugh at stuff.
It is nice.
And I was talking to you about this before. It was like a year since my best friend got married, and his speech, I was saying that he taught me how to laugh at things in life, which makes life easier.
For sure.
And so I think I come on here and I'm pretty open, and I say a lot of things that could be, that are wrong.
Yes.
I'm often wrong.
100%.
I'm often come here and say
which is funny to me when people don't think we realize that a little bit. It's like, we're trying, it's sure, this is technically wrong. That wasn't the point of what we were trying to do. Like,
this is not
the sticklers for the correctness it's strange.
Well, I want to come here and I want to be proud of how wrong we are.
Yes.
So I was hoping that you and I could do a spelling bee.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Most spelling bees are to try to prove the hardest word that you could spell.
Okay.
I want you to try to think of the easiest word that I can't spell.
Okay. I'm going to start real easy.
The easiest word that I cannot spell right now.
I'm going to start real easy.
Okay.
And I want you to genuinely try to spell it correctly.
I'm 100. Here's the thing.
You promise?
I promise I'm not going to do it on purpose.
Okay.
I am actually terrified, now, because I just gave this whole speech, be comfortable being wrong, and now I'm
going to give you an easy word.
No, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
The easier, the more embarrassing it is.
100%. I want you to try, because I think I struggle with this word sometimes, but I think ultimately I would get it right. But I do want to like look it up on my phone to make sure I get it right.
Look it up.
All right.
Look it up.
Right. I'm going to...
Pull it up on your phone.
Because the other thing is, we have an accent, the two of us.
Stop. It's an accent word.
So it's just like sometimes... Okay.
Oh, God.
Sometimes when you have an accent, it's just like, oh, it doesn't end up getting spelled the way that you say it. But I think you'll get the first one right, and then we could go from there, I guess. All right, first one, restaurant.
RESTAURANT.
That's good. I don't always locate the U in the right place.
Imagine what the internet would have done to me if my fat ass couldn't spell restaurant.
Sometimes when I write it, I do have to like look it up sometimes because that's a word that I'm not always 100% confident in.
Okay. Are you ready?
Okay.
Definitely. DEFINITELY. Woo, good job.
Definitely.
One of those words, a very easy word.
Yeah.
Nerve-wracking though.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Hit me.
It's like, all right, we could go separate.
What do you mean?
Separate.
Oh, you want to do the word separate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The word is separate. SEPERATE.
No.
Oh!
SEPA.
Oh!
Separate.
Struck down with the arrow. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I can't spell the word separate.
Separate.
Because we're always together, babes.
Yes.
Because I don't believe in being alone. Oh, God. SEPARATE.
Yes, it's an A.
Oof, God, that's it.
I mean, there's a lot of actually easy ones that are hard to spell.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Grammar.
GRAMM. AR.
You. Thank God you got
AR.
it. But scary.
Yeah.
We are all.
Is that one that could go either way or no? It's 100% AR.
I don't know.
Okay.
It said AR on the when I looked it up.
Okay.
Wow.
This might be hard.
But isn't it so scary how dumb we all are?
100%.
It's actually terrifying.
We don't need to use. Oh yeah, there's some hard ones.
No, the easiest you could get. Well, get me wrong.
Okay. Bizarre. Like that's so bizarre.
Who uses this word?
We don't have to use that one.
BIZARE.
Wrong. Only one Z.
Oh God, I'm struck down. 35. I can't spell bizarre.
That's what I would have to look. I would think two Z's too. I think.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't grow up in Agrabah, so I'm not going to the bizarre often. Okay?
That's spelled BAZAAR. I think.
Oh,
That bizarre. This bizarre.
You said. Here's the thing. It
Aladdin
goes.
bizarre.
How could I make myself even stupider after not being able to spell bizarre? Not even know what the word is.
I think that bizarre is BAZAAR.
Oh God.
Yeah. So bad at spelling. It's hard. Spelling is hard. And we get the phone. The phone helps.
I think that we've all become weaker as a society because of the phone.
You think so? I'm
Because
someone
spelling?
who loves information, so I like that I can get another layer of information. I don't have to spend that much brain space on like spelling. And even mental math. I mean, I guess I could still do mental math pretty well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Is your mental math still pretty sharp?
I don't think so.
No. As it once was. I imagine there was a time where you were like a wizard.
But here's the thing. Even when I was in engineering school, my math went down because I'm on the calculator.
Yes.
At a certain point, there's a tipping point for math.
Yes.
If you could get past the part where they introduce letters and stuff like that into it, it's not that hard.
It becomes more about theories, yeah.
It's puzzles.
It's more puzzles, which is fun.
Which is the beginning math is memorization. The
I
second
know.
part of math is actually problem solving.
Which I liked. That's what I really enjoyed and I thought was very fun.
So when people go, how could
Yeah.
you like math? It's because we're doing two different things.
Yes.
You were given like a piece of paper to memorize. Me, I'm saying, okay, there's this there's a person's locked in a room. They have a key in this. Like I'm getting a problem that I kind of have to look at analytically.
Yes, which was fun.
It was very fun. So
I loved SAT math.
I think for me, it's good to show. It's nice to feel humbled.
Yes.
Congratulations, you got all the words correctly.
Thank you.
I got 2 wrong.
Yes. I get tripped up a lot.
Thank
And you look stupid when you do.
I do.
Weird, I used to spell wrong a lot.
I before E is really a hard one.
Yeah. I before E, except after C, or when sounding like A as in neighbor and way. But weird is not that.
Oh. Yeah,
It's EI.
I know.
Oh, no, it is. That would fit in, actually. Because it doesn't fit that rule.
No,
So it would be
yeah.
EI. Yeah.
But you know how dumb you look if you go to write weird and you put W, I before E, except after C, or sounding like A, or neighbor or way.
Neighbor and way would be E over I. Yeah, so then weird doesn't fit that rule. Weird is weird. That's what weird is, I think.
Ah.
Weird doesn't fit the rule.
Well, anyways, I think that we all have these holes.
Yes.
And it's hard when we like overcompensate for these holes.
Yeah.
And so I think it's good. The more that the thing I'm learning in life is that like I need to just be comfortable being wrong.
That's
So
what
it's
makes you take a risk too.
Let me come on here and embarrass myself in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
And just prove to them that I'm a moron.
People are really afraid of this. It is a crazy fear that I think a lot of people have. That's why everyone says it's so brave that you do comedy, or people will say it's brave to go to an open mic and do stand-up. And I'm like, you've never been to one of these open mics. Anybody
You don't
could
wanna
do
look
this,
dumb.
but that's what it is. It's the fear of being dumb. That's more of, I think that's what people are afraid of public speaking. It's like the fear of looking dumb.
Because you will make a mistake.
Yes.
But here's the thing. What we love most about people is their flaws.
100%.
That's like
You don't watch TV shows about
Now-
characters with flawless characters. No, it's interesting to see them fuck up.
now. I just want to make this clear. I don't want this message going out to Tony Coke, who loves doing blow in his grandma's basement. Okay,
Tony Coke is also my old roommate.
Oh, I didn't know.
Tony, if you're listening, this is a fictional Tony Coke. It was his Facebook name, which I don't think you would know, but his Facebook name, my roommate in college, his Facebook name throughout college was Tony Coke.
Well, I want people to know that this message that people will love you for your flaws doesn't give you license to just be a shit.
Be a menace.
Don't be like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me rip a bunch of rails and then drive here in the middle of the day.
Yes.
Let me purposely gaslight this person.
You need to grow from the mistakes if you're gonna make these crazy mistakes. Not spelling. I don't give a fuck if you learn the spelling of separately or restaurant.
But that's what people are actually scared of.
Yes.
People are actually scared of misusing a word.
Yes.
They're not scared of if they're cruel to a human being.
Yes, that's true.
People aren't scared of cruel.
We need to get some accountability back in that department.
People are not scared of being cruel to a human being.
No.
I was thinking about the phrase. It's not personal, it's just business.
Okay.
That only proved to me that phrase of how horrible business is. Yeah. I didn't know nothing about business as a child, but all I knew was if it was business, something bad was happening to you.
It's wild.
That's all I knew about business was that someone was mean to you.
100%. And we would see it in the context of like two brothers or family members in like a mob situation where it's like, it's not personal, it's business. It's
and
like, this is the longest relationship of your life. One of the most meaningful people and you could just scapegoat it, business.
And they would murder someone and they would just say it's business.
Yeah.
Business is used as the biggest scapegoat to be an evil person.
100%.
I have no idea. And you know what's amazing to me? We hear this saying growing up, and then all of a sudden goes, what do you want to go to college for? And they go, business.
This is a scam.
I want to be a fucking monster.
It's a scam.
You know what I want to go to school for?
What?
Personal.
Yeah.
Taking it personal, right?
Yes.
I think that we should get rid of this idea of using business as this like scapegoat that it doesn't.
I love
that
this.
we can't matter. Our personalities don't matter.
I love this. I would say so. Business is a degree, which I do think it's a scam degree. But we were just talking. All right, you learn math up to a certain point. You learn vocabulary up to a certain point. Once you get that, you learn new concepts. That's what you learned in engineering. When business, you learn up to algebra for the most part, and you learn how to memorize some words, and then it's just like, how can we apply this to take advantage of people? That's what business school is a little bit.
Business is how can I not be personal?
Yes. You want to remove the personal out of the life so that you can kind of just get people to work for you.
You know why people
make money for you.
You know why people do coke in business?
Why?
Because it removes emotion. Coke.
Yeah.
It allows you to be an evil person doing cocaine. Cocaine removes the person. Like, you don't look at people as people.
You lose empathy.
You lose empathy with coke.
If you do it like a lot. Or as soon as you do it, you
same
say,
thing with Adderall.
Okay.
Adderall makes you lose empathy for people if you do it consistently. And you know what all these business people do?
Cocaine and Adderall.
They try to lose their empathy.
Yeah.
So then it's never personal. It's only business.
Yeah.
It should be a requirement to make them take a mushroom trip once a quarter.
They need to be smoking weed.
They need to hit a joint.
Yeah.
You hit a joint and then go ding dong a family, tell them they got to get at their house.
It is really sad when you meet somebody who's so ingrained in business that they truly have lost any sight of like humanity or what people like. They don't care about people and they've kind of just scapegoated. Oh, it's business.
It's business.
They want to make money.
This word
so
business.
What? And they'll be like, I want to make money to go do my little art project in 20 years and move away. Or my other thing. There's going to be no fucking art. Yeah, you're a scumbag. Fuck you and your stupid little art.
Well, your business becomes, while you're doing business is for a personal reason.
Yes.
For your own personal reason.
100%.
So we cannot say it's not personal, it's business.
Yes.
You could say this. You could go, it's not personal, meaning I don't care about you. It's business, meaning I just want to get in front of you.
Yes.
That's what the saying, that's
100%.
Like when they say, oh, you actually don't know how the saying ends. It's not personal. It's business. By that, I mean, I don't care about you and just want to use you.
Yeah.
That's the full saying.
100%.
So,
For my personal gain, it is personal. That's a good
It is-
point. That's a
it's
very good
very
point.
personal.
It's very personal.
It's actually the most personal.
100%.
It's not extended to other people.
Yes, that's just business.
It's not personal. It's my personal business.
Yes, and well, that's what America is, and you got to figure out how you fit into the business, which is unfortunate because America is run as a business. Everything is a business, and that's just the mentality. I was thinking about this the other day. Most people's job in this country is to make someone else rich. Like, unless you work for the government,
And then
you're showing up to work almost every day. I worked at JP Morgan. My job was to make someone else rich.
And then you know what those rich people do?
What?
They go, I go to McDonald's once a day. I'm poor just like you.
Yeah.
See, I act poor just like you.
That's just the thesis of capitalism is like you want to make the most for the people who own the companies. You work for a company, your mission statement is to make the most money for the people who own the company.
And you know what?
And the top 10% of people own 90% of the companies. That's like a fact. I think 93%. The top 10% owns 93% of the stock market, which is like these companies.
Yeah.
So you're working to make those people more money.
It's
business.
It's business.
And they just, it's sad.
We could use the word business as a scapegoat for anything.
100%.
I'm going to start farting in rooms being like, sorry, it was just not personal. It was business.
Yeah, you could do that.
Right? I'm just going to start saying it was business.
Yeah.
Right?
It's always because I watch a lot of NBA podcasts and a lot of them talk about like when they learned the league was a business. And they're like, when I really got fucked over for the first time. And that's when I had to not take it personal. It's like, oh, I had to move my family across the country and all these people who were really nice to me every single day for 6 to 8 years. One day just completely get cold, ignore you. That's what really bothered me about working in those environments is how fake you were when you see people are like, oh, they're always going to just go back to the business.
I'm literally going to start going to get sandwiches at deli. Be like, I'm going to need double meat on that boar's head. Sorry, it's business.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start taking advantage of stuff and just blaming business.
Yeah.
That's what the world is.
100%.
I'm actually not going to do that.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to live in the world and not have that mentality because you will lose.
Well, I don't have any of that in me.
No, I know.
I really
and I've lost a lot of it. And I'm like, at a certain point, I got to treat certain things like a business if we're going to try to fucking be successful. I don't know. It's unfortunate.
A lot of that in me.
You have to really treat the world like a business in order to be successful.
You know who doesn't get far in business?
What?
The guy that goes, I know I mess up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right.
The thing I'm proud of.
It's all lying. 100%.
The thing I'm proud of myself that I
detriment.
go, I'm okay being flawed and laughing at the hard things in life and be like, is the opposite of what good business is.
100%. Good business is fucking people over.
Well,
That's
get rid of the over and I'm in.
Yeah. Good business is just having a lot of sex.
Good business is fucking people over. Get rid of the over and I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm so corny. Yeah, but people, here's the thing. It's so good to feel like you're right. And I was thinking about this. There's people that
it is really nice to feel like you're right. Especially if you feel like it comes from a place of like heart and love, like anti-business when everything is wrong.
Yeah, but there's a time, I think, you mean...
Like, I love when love wins, or like when like actual human connection wins in this world that is so business. That's just business. It's just business.
Uh-huh.
Because it's confusing. Because it's like, what? Yeah, your parents both were civil servants, I would say. Teaching, they worked for they did not have to work in the confines of business.
No.
They're not trying to like screw people over.
They dealt with the consequences
of business. Because, of course, politics is business. Everything is business. Yeah.
My dad had to deal with a lot of that. So my mom did too.
But that's not where their heart comes from.
No.
That's not their driving
and that's
force.
not what I was taught.
Yeah, which is, I think, beautiful.
That's not who I am.
And I would think that's what wins. That's what kind of existed before all of this. Like, people had to get along, I guess, as a certain business didn't exist in the way that we see it today.
Even cave people.
You think we're fucking each other over?
No personal, just business.
Hope not.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Fire? For the food?
Do you believe we're inherently here to take advantage of each other, or that we're inherently here to care about each other?
I haven't smoked weed. So
okay, I
have no idea.
That's what it is, and I hope that it's the to take care of each other.
I think at a certain point, I think there's a tipping point.
Okay.
I think that if you're dying, you self-preservation, you try to save yourself. If you're
Okay.
drowning, you push someone else down to try to
see.
get up. But if you're all just
In a surplus,
standing in a pool,
Yes.
I think that inherently we could just splash.
Yeah. Well, some people are like, I want everyone dead because I want my own pool. I don't want to share the pool.
I don't think that's inherent.
Yes.
I think that when people are dying, cave people were dying, so that's why I gave that.
I
so
see.
the example's a little different, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm saying this is what happens today. Like, I think people are selfish. They're theoretically killing people to have their gorgeous pools, their boats, their whatever. They don't want to share the boat. They don't want to go on a boat with a bunch of other people. They want to be by themselves.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
Yeah.
They don't want to have a. So they're doing it not as overtly, but they are. They're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just business.
In a society of surplus, it's just business.
Well, I've been thinking about like how I feel like the thing I'm proud of is I'm okay being wrong, and like it feels good to be right, as
Yes.
I'm saying, right? One of the biggest faux pas that people do in society that makes someone instantly not like you, but people just can't freaking help themselves, is correct someone when they're speaking.
Okay.
If you correct someone while they're speaking, you look like the biggest ass.
What kind of correction are we talking?
Be like, if you misuse a word.
Oh, okay. Not say like a false fact.
No, I'm talking about like friends in a conversation being like, well, Mark Hamill was born in 1964 here, and he did this and this, and be like, it was actually 63. It was December 63. You look like, no matter what,
You look like an ass.
you look like an ass, and
Yes.
it's one of the things people in society just can't help themselves from doing.
Yes.
Knowing that they will look unattractive, completely like a person that doesn't have self-control and needs to be right.
It's funny because they'll also play it off as they're doing you a favor. It's so funny.
And here's the thing: most of the times when people correct you for saying a word wrong, they're like, they just want you to know that they're right.
Yes.
They just want everyone there to know that you're right. And the only thing I ever learned from someone correcting someone like that is that they're an ass.
Yeah.
I don't learn a word.
Yes.
I don't learn anything.
No.
And I'm fine with being wrong.
It's really prevalent online too, when they don't even have to say it out loud. This is something I've learned from doing this, is if you want to increase your engagement on some type of
Say
post,
something wrong.
put a typo.
Yeah.
Just do a typo. You'll get 15 messages. At least 15 people that follow you will not be able to help themselves.
That is
Misspell a word. One of the words we just did. Misspell one of the words we just did, and you will get 10 DMs.
because, and they're trying to help.
They're trying to help. I just so you know. I just want you to know I'm trying to help. You're not trying to help.
Hey,
Where are you helping me all the other times?
Seb.
Since when are you trying to help?
Seb, I saw your last video. You spelt the word queef wrong.
Yeah. We actually have an eye. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter, right? People love to prove that they know stuff.
Yes.
And I was thinking about this with movies. There's, I think, a couple ways people watch movies. One way is one person wants to absorb the movie. Just enjoy a movie.
Yes.
The other way is a person wants to beat the movie. By that, I mean yell out what's about to happen right before it happens.
Annoying. Very annoying.
They cut a hole in the floor. They're all going to fall through it.
Yes.
And then they fall through it. People that want to beat a movie watch movies like this.
When you're trying to figure out what the screenwriter is doing, I guess.
It is.
It's annoying.
My mother does that.
Okay.
And she would do that for like children's movies.
Okay. That's tough.
I was watching the movie Elemental with my mother. And the person's ringing all the doorbells. And she goes, nobody wants them in the neighborhood. I go, yeah, Mom, I know. I see. She goes, I bet you they finally accept him at the end. I go, Ma, it's a children's movie. Of course they're going to accept him at the end.
Yes.
like we're not trying to beat the movie.
Yes.
I'm not watching Elemental because I go, I better learn something from this.
You want to be entertained. Take me on the ride.
1,000%.
I want to turn my brain off a little bit and be entertained. I guess if it's like a murder mystery, people try to figure out, that makes a little sense. But just being like, oh, foreshadowing is the thing that happens in movies. So people love to just, if something happens, be like, oh, that's going to be a foreshadow for later. It's like, I can get that. I understand.
My sister does this. And I know she's going to hit me with a text.
Okay.
You talked about me. I don't mind when my sister does it.
Yes.
You know why? Because I like her.
Okay.
I like my mom.
Oh, she does this.
She jumps
She's
ahead.
solving the movie.
And you know what I do?
Yeah.
I try to make jokes on top of the movie.
Okay.
Which is honestly just as annoying.
Can be.
Yeah.
You're punching the movie up.
I'm punching the movie up.
She's trying to figure it out.
She's trying to figure it out. And my brother-in-law...
Well, I mean, that makes sense. She's an English major. You're a comedian.
I know. And my brother-in-law is just sitting there.
I'm just trying to watch this
and just
movie.
trying to watch the damn movie. And her and I are two of the most annoying people.
Yeah. She's
I'm
pitching endings.
jokes.
That's funny.
She's saying what's going to happen. And he's literally just there going like this. And then we have to go, wait, what's happening? We have to ask him what's happening.
If there's good writing, you'll see some things that happen before later. And that's fine if you like to point that out or try to figure it out. But not everybody's watching a movie to take a test. Not everyone's actively writing their book report as the movie's going on.
She also understands story structure.
Yes.
And I understand how to...
Joke structure. You're both flexing what you're good at identifying.
I guess so. I'm just as bad as she is.
In a way, yeah.
And I'm flawed. There we go. Another...
Yeah. Which, if you guys enjoy watching movies together, though, then that's nice. That's nice.
But I do think that
you accept
we
each
grew
other's
up in a
flaws.
way that I went to see Sixth Sense. I sat there with my mother, and my mom audibly in Staten Island went, "He's dead."
In the beginning?
In the beginning of the movie. He's dead. There's
She
no
knew.
way.
She's a smart woman.
She goes, "There's no way the mother will let the son hang out with the old man like that and not talk to them."
She's right. That's a good story. Like, it's either he's not dead or, I mean, if he's not dead, he's a bad story. It's a bad movie. And if it got good reviews, you're like, all right, this is probably going to be this.
My mom was commenting on the mother's... My mom goes...
Mother, yeah, that's so funny.
My mom,
in no reality would this be real.
No, she goes, "He's dead. There's no way the mother will let the two of them hang out like that."
I love that. She was right.
She just yelled it in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Audibly, I heard people walk out go, "Well, fuck me." Leave the movie.
It is funny because if they can't see it and then someone shows them, it's like, oh, that does make a lot of sense.
My mom will still brag about the Sixth Sense.
That she knew the ending.
That she knew the ending to this day.
That's funny.
That's one of her big W's.
I mean, it's just kind of like
that was her
calling out
wheel
magician's tricks as he's doing them. That's the same.
It's not fun to do that.
No, it's not fun. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he has a card under his hand. Like, it's all right. Yeah, obviously this is entertainment. There's something's gonna happen. We're not just watching people live.
I love watching magicians reveal their secrets.
You do.
I love it.
Okay, why?
Because I learn magic.
Okay, oh yeah.
Because I learned how to do a trick.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's nice.
Yeah. Learn how to do a trick. Yeah, I think that like I'm really I think that I just want to take I don't celebrate myself in a lot of ways.
Okay.
And people always are commenting to me that I don't do that. So I want to take a moment to say I celebrate myself in accepting that I'm flawed.
Okay.
And being able to move through life in peace because of that.
That's good. You don't... Are you doing that? That's good. If this is all true, this is amazing news.
I'm sad about other stuff, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm saying what I feel like I do. How often am I fighting that I'm flawed?
I don't know.
Do you think of something that I am?
I think you get hard on yourself for certain things. I think you're very hard on yourself. Okay. And to not be hard on yourself in general would be nice. And just treat all of it just like I make mistakes.
Yes.
That's okay.
Some of it is
deeper.
Yeah, some of it's deeper.
Some of it's deeper than looking silly. But it's all similar. Well, I think accepting and loving our flaws is a huge part of moving forward. As long as you're not hurting anyone, exactly what you said.
As long as I'm not hurting anyone.
And you never are hurting people like that.
I really try my best not to.
Yeah. I think you bring a lot more joy than negativity. You could really cause a lot more ruckus to make it. If you needed to, you're pro. You're working with a lot.
Very low.
You were working with a lot of extra. You bring a lot of joy. I also don't think you realize how much joy you bring.
My ruckus level.
Yeah.
Also, from where it could have been in my life.
I think a lot of comedians bring a lot of joy, and they also have a lot of ruckus.
Sure.
I think that's just a nature of comedians in a lot of ways.
And a lot of
they barely beat that line. Sure. And a lot of them we've learned over recent years that they don't beat that line. A lot of them cause a lot more ruckus than they bring joy.
Of course. I mean, this is musicians too.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
You have a huge
I have a huge gap.
You have a huge gap where you could really, if you wanted to, I don't think I suggest
I
that
do
you
not-
catch up in that way.
I do not want to cause more
but
ruckus.
you're not really, I don't think you
If
give
anything,
as much.
as I've grown older, I want to cause a less ruckus.
100%.
That's what I want peace in.
Yeah. I think you need to give yourself more credit on the joy you bring
Thank you. Well, maybe I will.
and inspire
I
people.
I know you. I should feel more positive about that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be positive about my birthday this year. I'm trying not to be too hard on
That's good.
myself. I'm not gonna put any pressure. Am I where I want to be in life at 35? No.
Okay.
But well,
Most people aren't.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I looked up before. I was like, oh, maybe I'll talk about some things where people say that you should do by the time you're 35 and stuff
Yeah.
like that. All of it's hocus pocus.
Yeah.
All of it's baloney.
Yeah.
These lists that are like, you should accomplish this by the time you're 35. The people that wrote that list, I would not want to sit down and
100%.
share a meal with.
Yeah.
I always have to remember,
Yeah.
just because it's under Huffington Post, I wouldn't want to go to that cafeteria.
No, you know these people.
I know.
That's another thing that's important to
These
remember.
BuzzFeed old articles that are like, these are the things you should accomplish by the time you're in
It's
your
somebody
30s.
projecting their own list.
I do not need that.
Yeah, that's not who you want to be around.
So I was going to bring one of those articles here.
Yeah.
And then I read a name of a person.
Okay. Who wrote it?
I read a name. And I said...
I'm glad you're having this realization, Sebastian, because this is important.
And I read the person's name.
This is important.
And I said, I would never text this person or call this person for advice.
Yes.
I would never reach out to this person for advice. I am scared that society is taking this person's
100%.
advice and literally hitting 35, reading that list, being like, I haven't done these things.
I hope I do none of them.
Realize who's giving you the advice.
Yes, 100%. I think that's important.
And I think that what's good is finding peace and happiness.
100%.
That's the only thing that should matter.
Yes.
It's finding peace and happiness in yourself. Now, do I have that? No.
Yeah.
Was I able to think and sit before this podcast to find one piece of happiness and peace that I have? Yes.
That's good. Yeah.
So that's my gift to myself for my birthday, rather than coming here poo-pooing as I did going up to 33 and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. You seem more positive.
In some ways.
Yeah.
I
Given you also had a really negative year
did.
outside of.
Put things in perspective.
Yes, I think a lot of other things were negative. So to be where you're at, I mean, that's good.
It's not the worst.
Yeah.
Probably one of the worst years of my life.
With all that other stuff, for sure.
And I don't think people realize that stuff.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't feel as bad, though, from your friend as when you were about to turn 33.
that's good. 'Cause
And
you
this
make
is a lot of way worse stuff happened this year.
Yeah, stuff I don't even talk about on the pod.
Yeah.
Because I don't, but
So that is nice in a way.
that is nice.
I hope that you have a year of positivity.
I'm hoping for a good year.
Yeah. I think it
hoping-
will be.
I'm hoping for, but no matter what,
Yeah.
as I told my friends in the wedding speech that I was thinking about a lot, because it was a very negative year. I go, what he taught me was that we need to laugh at life. And when life is hard and we make mistakes, and all we could do is find the joy around that.
Yeah.
Even in the pain, even in the hard moments, what he taught me was that it's okay to laugh at our mistakes. It's okay to kind of let time pass and laugh at life a little bit.
Yeah.
That we can't dictate how life is going to treat us, but what we could do is try our best to find the joy inside of it.
Which I think that's what you do. That's what you've dedicated your career, is that, in a way.
100%.
Yeah.
And so that's why
Which is beautiful.
I need to lean into that, and why the thing I'm proud of and what I wanted to bring to today's episode was about being comfortable being dumb, being comfortable being not being wrong,
Yeah.
and being comfortable with laughing at myself.
Yeah. Which you're very good at.
And I'm proud
Not
of
everyone is that good at that either. And you could take it to a level that most people can't.
it. There we go. That's pretty
Via
beautiful.
a lot of different things. Your life is very unique. I think also focusing on what makes you unique and loving that is also like a cool thing. I don't know. Nobody else could be you. Nobody else did 16 plays and all the other things that you've done and had this
There we go.
unique experience, and is also happens to be really good. It had 2 teacher parents. You're good at math, and you could use kind of what you're good at in math to apply to the performance aspect and all the other things. You have like a lot of unique abilities that most people don't have.
You know, my parents once saw a psychic,
Okay.
and the psychic said, your son could be successful if he doesn't get in his own way.
Really? When? Recently?
All right, guys.
When did that
that's
happen?
all we have
When
about
did that-
for
I
this
need to
episode.
talk
A
to
lot
the
about
psychic.
nothing.
When did this happen?
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, for my birthday, if you could share the podcast with someone. It doesn't have to be online, or listen to an episode, or go back and find an episode that you love and tell the people about it, because that truly means the world to us. That is the best thing that you could do. I'll tell you when it happens. We can hop over on the Patreon. I'll talk to you about it a little more over there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It truly means the world to us, and I hope that you all have a beautiful, find some joy in your mistakes. Be comfortable with being wrong. All right, Robbie.
Absolutely.
Hit the music.